Um, Hello. Hold on, put this right here. Give me 1 sec. It's being I stream last and my whole desktop's just been glitching out. Uh, so yeah. I'll try to fix some stuff here real quick. And they also changed the YouTube studio here. Also, I'm very nasally, so I'm not feeling the best. Let's just say that. But yeah, we actually got a new update on the test server, but I need to know how the hell does this new YouTube thing works, because they changed everything. But I am so... My allergies are like going crazy today. They were going crazy yesterday. They're going even more crazy today. Let me open out the studio. Oh, YouTube. Lovely new addition. Makes everything unnecessarily complex. Put this. But yeah, there's a new update going on. Now, the reason I'm setting everything up is because I accidentally pressed the live button. So I am doing what I normally do before any stream. So setting everything up. So that was dumb. Oh, I hate these allergies so much. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. Now I don't know where the hell did I put the thumbnail. Oh boy, this is fun. Should have been here. It's not here. It's not here. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. I'll change the thumbnail later. Let me grab the patch notes. Yes, grab the patch notes. Copy, put them in the description. Put them right here. And just give me, it's going to take like around 10 minutes, by the way. So, yeah, just letting you know in advance. Okay. All I need to do is find the thumbnail. Again. I know I had it like somewhere here. Like it's not here. Oh, there you are. Save everything. The passion seems to be like really, really small, by the way. Just as a heads up. Very small. It's like a small little page. Oh, yeah. I think that should be everything. Everything should be set up correctly now. So, yeah, 10 minutes is usually what it takes me. That's what happened when you accidentally press the go live button instead of just setting everything up first. Let me open up Trove. The test server. Log in. Right, downloaded the update. I think I could just put in this already. Say that's here. Radiant Pathfinder PTS. First time checking. So of course I will be reading the patch notes and I will and just give some explanations here and there. Trove. There we go. There's the test server. So this is going to be like relatively short stream. First of all, because I'm sick as hell. Like I'm legitimately just sneezing. Like my allergies are going crazy today. So Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I'm just going to mention in advance. I have insane amount of allergy right now, so I am not feeling the best. My nose is all stuffed up and it's insane. All right, so let me pull up the patch notes real quick. Let me just read all of this. There is some class rebalancing, but just from the looks of it, doesn't look too too great. It is very small. Honestly, I was expecting a little bit more, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully, we get more as the test server goes on. All right. So on the second monitor right now, I do have the patch notes, and today I'm going to be going over the patch notes and just talking about all of the things that is just going on with this new update. So the Radiant Pathfinder, excuse by the way, excuse me just being so stuffy and nasally. I'm sick and I'm feeling like complete ass. But today I'm going to be going over all the patch notes, and this is going to be all recorded right now live. By the way, yes, for those who are just watching live, this is going to be part of a video. I don't want to just sit down and just do a whole different video. But yeah, I am going to be going over the whole patch notes real quick and try to show you what are all of the things that is going on. Anyways, the update is going to be called the Radiant Pathfinder, which is currently right now live on the test server. And it reads, there's a known issue that most of the data of each of the dragon in the Draconic Pathfinder is missing. There should be a crafting info and info on where to get all of the crafting materials. This will be fixed in the next PTS version. So, this is definitely a bug that is just going on the test server. So, all of the things that you are reading, if you're watching this and you're on the test server, all of these things are just fixed. So, start talking about the Draconic Pathfinder, which is the new thing. This seems to be like a smaller update. So, yeah, oh, excuse me. So yeah, this should be on the smaller scale for the update. I mean, it makes sense considering the Block Party came out not even that 2 months ago, and so yeah, it makes sense that this is a smaller update. But honestly, I was expecting a little bit more. Anyways, the Draconic Pathfinder is the first category that is on this test server. It's going to be a new interactable that has been added to help new players or help players to fight all of the dragons in the game. The Draconic Pathfinder can be found in the hub and has a full list of all of the dragons that you can collect in Trove, which is relatively interesting. It essentially just makes the video that I made on all the dragons, which almost redundant and obsolete. But hey, this is going to be the Draconic Pathfinder. It has a list of the dragons in the games. Currently, only Fleshling, Adon, and Ancestral Dragon have complete data, but Legendary and Primordial Dragon will be coming shortly. So this is currently going on right now on the test server, but it should have all of the dragons. But if you do check right now on the Draconic Pathfinder, it should have Fleshling, Adult, and Ancestral Dragon. It shows how to collect all of them and what stats do they give when collected. You can easily just go into the collections and go into either Dragon Ascension, go into Travel, and go Dragons here. But hey, at least a different crafting table to tell you literally everything. But hey, it is what it is. Shows what the dragon looks like in all its glory, which is good. It gives like the player a visual representation on how to see how the dragon looks, which is interesting. Allows to search for each for the dragon by name. This is a typo, but yeah, it allows you to search each of the dragons by name. An option that allows you to hide dragon that you have already collected. It has a progress bar to show how many dragons you have collected and you have finished your collection. It shows that your collection is complete. And the first Pathfinder we're adding in the Draconic Pathfinder. The first Pathfinder we are adding is the Draconic Pathfinder, but in the future, more Pathfinder objects for other game systems will be coming. This is, to me, actually a really good thing because it gives a player something like a guide that allows you to that tells you literally every bit of information that you need to know. This is good. This, to me, I will just say this is a good addition in this game because it allows you to give like a proper visual representation of how to get literally everything. Hello to John Trove. But it tells you all about the fleshling and all about everything else. To me personally, if I had to give like a feedback, I would probably just say just have it similar to like the collections, where it is divided by categories. Instead of just being all of them into one big list, because it creates this whole mess of everything. And it tells you like over here. The only thing is like some of what I've noticed is like some of the descriptions are like a little bit just off. Like for example, like a true friendship, they say it has survived stripe of scarcity and always come through with more powerful than before. And it tells you like everything right here. But something like this dragon, it tells you the whole description right here at the beginning, so it can create a little bit of confusion. I mean, you literally can just go all the way down here. Also, I don't think this dragon you can unlock it just by the friends anymore. It's only unlockable through the store, unless they just make it that you can just get it through friends. But as it stands right now, the only way is just from the store. But this is definitely a good thing. Definitely some dragons like this one needs to have at least a way to tell you how to unlock the dragon eggs. That to me it should be the addition. The two things that I will say is add a category similar to the collection right here, and also when you select the dragon, it will tell you like down here, like in a corner, like legendary, ancestral, fleshling, or whatever. And also just have like a separate category similar to this one, like for every single dragon, it's including this. Just have a sword in the blue and just have craftable and a craftable using 30 Azulian Dragon Souls. You just have a picture of the Azulian Dragon Souls. Just for reference, I would probably just say I know devs are not watching any of these. Just the video that I make on all of the dragons in the game will be like a good indication, where I just specifically just have a list of the dragons, the name of the dragon, like all of the dragons separated in each category, and they just tell you how to unlock them just on each of the dragons, or what do you need in order to unlock them, and where to craft it if need be. I do feel like just a system just like that would be a little bit better. Wait, what the hell? Diamond Dragon I bought by 7,500. But it does. Did they leak this? Did they supposed to leak this? This is expensive as hell, by the way. Because it doesn't tell you like on everything else. It only tells you on this dragon, the diamond dragon, 7,500. And how many cubes? 75,000 for 20 diamond dragon? That is insane. But definitely this is a good thing. Wait. Are you sure you want to buy the Dragon Weekly deal? Don't buy. There's no option of yes, it's just don't buy. Literally everything that should be on the store. But yeah, definitely it should be just separated in each of the category. This is a good thing. I will not hate on this. This is definitely a good thing added in this game. It gives player better representation on how to get all of the items. It just needs to be a little bit more organized. All right, so that's essentially the Draconic Pathfinder. The next thing is going to be Granny. Granny is going to be a new NPC that is added to the HUD that is helping her grandson Granny with some new offers. Granny sells an unlocker that will unlock a random bonus item for any Granny item released up until that point. Granny also has a bonus item for each Granny set if you to complete one of those. Hold on. So where the hell is it? Where the hell is Granny? Which, by the way, they move Charles Pinso like right here. Thing is, it doesn't tell you where it is. I have to look for the NPC to see if it is there. Or unless I had to wait until the Shadow Thief event is over. But it seems to be like essentially an unlocker for all of the cranny stuff that people missed. So if you miss a cranny item, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the point of Granny. So yeah, that is definitely the new NPC. By the way, if anyone is going into chat right now talking, I am not reading chat currently right now because I have the patch notes on the second monitor, so I cannot see chat currently going on. So if there's any questions, just wait until I finish the patch notes. Speaking of which, balancing. There is a class rebalancing, small one, and it doesn't seem to be like really good. So we got a rebalancing for the Neon Ninja, the Fate Trickster, Vanguardian, Tomb Racer, and Revenant. Those are the 5 classes that actually got a balancing or some changes. So if you haven't checked the video of which are like the 6 classes that I chose, well, the 5 classes plus the knight on the survey, 3 out of the 5 classes are classes that I personally chose. I chose the Neon Ninja, Vanguardian, Tomb Racer, Luna Lancer, and Chloromancer. But we have Neon Ninja, Vanguardian, and Tomb Racer, Fae, and Rev. So, first of all, let's start talking about the Neon Ninja, which is the first one on this list. And we got a very interesting addition. Shadow Flip now flips forward instead of backwards. This is going to make the character just feel awkward to use, especially for people who have played the Neon Ninja quite a lot, considering that it kills your movement speed whenever you're going backwards. But forward is the exact same thing. I know a lot of people have been complaining about, oh yes, just the Neon Ninja you had to play backwards. Now you can just go forward and do the exact same thing, which is fun, don't get me wrong. But it's going to create a lot of confusion. I think it would be better if it just flip based on the direction that you're holding. So if you're holding right, then it will just flip towards the right, left, backwards, front. Like it shouldn't be like always always front because it kills your movement speed while going backwards. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are just used to turning around their camera and doing the flip. So this is going to be awkward. To me, this is not a bad addition, but this is not insanely great either. It would be better if it allows you to go backwards or front. But that's interesting. That's interesting. I did not expect them to actually just go and change this on the Neon Ninja. It looks goofy as hell, but it gives the Neon Ninja just a better forward momentum, which is pretty interesting. The second addition was the Shuriken. It got an increased damage of 20%. Still not enough. The Shuriken is still relatively I'm pressing all of the buttons, with the exception of the button that I'm supposed to be pressing. Let me just go here, here. So yeah, the Shuriken is not going to be doing 20% more damage. I'm pretty sure it's going to be for both non and with class gem. But 20% more damage, I believe it currently does like 10 times damage before. This increase now is going to be 12 times damage, or maybe it is 20% more damage, including the, like, even if you do include the crit damage bonus. So overall, the multiplication is going to be less. And like, to me personally, like I just mentioned in my balancing video on the Neon Ninja, it should have the old critical damage bonus back on this character. The Shuriken is a very slow ability, and Neon Ninja is all about just throwing out the Shuriken all the time. So just having these just do 20% more damage. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's not going to be that much more insane. The only thing that I will say is definitely a Shadow Flip. The more I use it, it's just more fun. It just needs to allow you to go backwards, because it kills your movement speed altogether. And those are the two changes on the Neon Ninja. Again, all of the problems are still here. Final technique still can be cancelled by your Shadow Flip. 1 and 2 charge shuriken are still here in the game, and those are just pretty much pointless and useless. Stasis Blade cancels out your whole stealth mode. Yeah, definitely has some notable problems still. Next up is Faye. So Faye got one change, and I will just give some feedback on some of the changes that the Faye Trickster should receive. I mean, personally, I didn't pick the Faye Trickster as one of the 5 classes because I thought the Faye Trickster was alright. So, yeah, but of course, it has its fair share of problems. Mainly, it's just energy consumption. Everything just costs so much energy. Well, it doesn't cost so much energy. It's considered that everything is so spammable, and it costs quite a bit of energy per cast, and you have to spam if you want to be effective. Like, for example, Blink, it costs way too much energy, considering essentially what it does. And same with Glitter Bomb. Those are 2 non-cooldown abilities. This character needs some good addition with energy consumption. I mean, you can slam double energy regen and go crazy, but regardless, this to me is like the biggest problem with Faye. Anyways, what the Faye Tracer got is the ultimate ability now has an immunity effect for the first 5 seconds after being spawned. If you didn't know, this can take damage, this staff or this ultimate ability. So now is for the first 5 seconds, it should not take damage. In my own personal opinion, it should not take damage whatsoever. Instead of just the first 5 seconds, it should just not take any damage. It's pointless to have it just take damage. We love it. every single time that I just stream, neighbors decide to just turn on all of their jets or whatever. What the hell, man? Why me? I'm telling you, the Latino national anthem is literally drills, hammers, construction equipment, all of those things that people do construction. That is the Latino national anthem, the background noise that you hear every morning. Then at night, it's just their stupid ass, just high motor cars, and just be like, yes, I have a very, very loud car or motorcycle. What are you going to do about it? I don't care about your own personal peace. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's essentially the whole thing that Fate Tracer got, was just the staff. Now, doesn't have any immunity. Me personally, I will just say, Fate Trickster is alright. It's not the best class out there. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. However, it does have its fair share of problems. And for me personally, it all comes down to energy consumption. The fact that I believe this costs 30 energy and Blink costs also 30 energy, and they're both very spammable. You're essentially just running around with no energy regeneration, and it is kind of rough to use. Basic attack does pretty high damage. Blink is pretty good in terms of mobility outside of the insane energy cost. And Glitter Bomb has pretty good damage. This is a pretty strong ability. People don't realize how strong this ability is. It's like 6.75 times damage, spammable. It's really good for something like Curse Skulls. And ulti is good for bursting. Spike is much better than people give it credit. Vanguardian. Yeah, this is a bundle of disappointment, because the only thing that we receive is again tied to this stupid ass ultimate ability. I hate the fact that they are trying to make the ultimate ability this whole thing that needs to be. The whole Vanguardian. Oh yes, let's reduce the cooldown on the ult by 5 seconds. No one uses the range mode on Vanguardian. Sorry to say, Vanguardian range mode sucks. No changes to neither of Vanguardian's kit. It's rough. This range mode sucks. Basic attack is alright, but it has terrible hit detection. Plasma Blast is alright, but again, it costs way too much energy. It's just like a more energy cost version of the Glitter Bomb. It does even similar damage. I mean, it does more damage, but it costs like double the amount of energy. And it's also spammable. Fired Up is good. It gives you attack speed and damage, but for the most part, you're... Wow, you're doing so much thing for you to just have Fired Up and that's it, but have a really bad kit. Versus in melee mode, you have a stronger basic attack that does, well, a basic attack that does more damage. I don't know if it is stronger in terms of DPS. I-Beam, which is equally as spammable and equally as bad in terms of hit detection, but equally as spammable. And then you have Force Flash for movement speed purposes. And despite all of that, this essentially just boils down to the Vanguardian being a worse knight, essentially. The fact that the Vanguardian only got a 5-second cooldown reduction, this is a crime and a half. I don't agree with this one. This needs way more. This character needs way more. Tomb Racer. So the Tomb Racer, let me grab a staff. Grab face staff. Tomb Racer. Again, for the Tomb Racer, we got a very interesting change. And that is in regards to the minion. It only says minion health, but I would assume they are mentioning the Bontourage, these minions right here, that they have 80% more health. Does that mean that they also take longer to heal? I believe this skeletal lasts for 30 seconds. So this means that this will last for like 50 seconds or so. Which is good. Like I did mention in my Tomb Racer section that they should last at least for a minute. But what that tells me is that they still take damage, and the damage that they take is percentage damage, so is pointless regardless if they last longer. They should not take any damage. I'm just going to say this every single time. They should not take any damage, and possession mechanic should not be a thing. And then you have to take into account the possession reduces the timer by half. It's still just, yeah, the whole possession mechanic is outdated. They should not be here. And minions should not take any damage, because I believe in possession minions take like 20% of their HP as damage, so I believe they only essentially have 5 health. That's about it. So yeah, this needs more. And then obviously all of the problems with Clash and lasting only for 2 seconds, Great Goliath still only, you have the 2 setups so much with the whole possession mechanic to have a max on Great Goliath. It's like so many problems with Tomb Raider. Well, not problems, but that need changes, of course. And lastly is the Revenant. So the only thing that we got on the Revenant was, where are you at? There you are. The only thing that we got on the Revenant is also tied to the ult. And it is going to be that the Spirit Storm area of effect is being increased by 20%. Which is alright, Spirit Storm is alright, but at the same time, I don't think Rev needed it. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong. It's a good addition, but I don't think it's just that. To me, it's not on the priority list when it comes to Rev. To me, it's Bulwark Badge. Bulwark Badge is, out of all of the ability, Bulwark Badge is the one that needs the most attention, because this ability is relatively useless. It's like the Smash but for Revenant, and Smash for the Knight, by the way, where it can have its properties, but why do all of this when you can just use your basic? Right? That to me is like, this is a good addition, but I think it needs more. I think it is alright. Yeah, that's the whole class rebalancing. Again, it's disappointing. Is the only highlight to me is definitely the Neon Ninja. And the fact, where the hell is the Neon Ninja? But yeah, the only highlight for me is the Neon Ninja, the fact that you can shadow flip forward, but you can no longer flip backwards, and I feel that you should be able to do both. Yeah, that's the whole patch notes. Again, link in the description if you want to read it yourself. Alright. So that's the whole patch notes. Now, now time to read out the chat. Hello everyone. Sorry about that. I just trying my best not to get distracted, so I can just have this portion of the video or this portion of the stream just separated as its own video, so I don't get too distracted. So yeah, I can just sit down and just record this portion, and they just have it as its own separate quote-unquote clip, so you guys actually have a separate video, if you, or people that didn't watch have a separate video. All right. So how's it going, everyone? Welcome to this stream. This is now no longer going to be part of the video. If you have any questions right now, I will try to answer all of them. I mean, you can repeat them. I see some questions already right here, but you can just repeat them if you're still here. And I will try my best just to answer everything. All right. So where the hell am I? You know what? All right. But yeah, it's again, I did not expect this update to be big, because this whole, what is it, like, We got the block party update not even 2 months ago. Seeing an update already this quick is, especially considering like all of the problems going on recently, especially on the PC version of Trove with dupes again. Like, my god, people doing their stupid ass dupes. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's just the new edition is just essentially this Draconic Pathfinder and essentially a teaser on all of the things that is coming in the future. I hope that they should just give us this for crafting and including all of the rest of the Pathfinder, because it means that we can just drag all of these things to the hub, so that whenever new players just join in into the hub and then just ask questions, then you can just have all of the Pathfinder so that people can just read. And I mean, I know it's reading. Trove player asking a Trove player to read is just again asking the developers to make a good update, but at the very least is something, I will say. But yeah, this is a good addition, but it obviously it needs some tuning. It feels a little bit incomplete. That to me is like the main thing. And of course, the class rebalancing is extremely disappointing. It's really small rebalancing. It's a really small, and some of the additions are just so minuscule that for the most part you're not going to, I don't know. Me, hopefully, I would have hoped that it was more like bigger, considering that they made this whole survey and all this thing only to have like one or two, or at most one change or one character. Again, they should have gone the Shadowy Spotlight route, where everything should be just way bigger. Like every character just get like insane amount of changes. Like, let me just go into Trove source and let me just tell you the Shadowy Spotlight, at least one change. Let me just tell you all of the night changes that it received in Shadowy Spotlight, so you can actually have an idea on like how big this update was comparable to what we have right now. So here's the Shadowy Spotlight. Night is one of the bigger classes that receive changes, and it received, mind you, the most that we receive on one character is the Neon Ninja, which was 2 changes. The Night received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 changes on the Shadowy Spotlight update, an update that was made in 2022. And pretty much all classes received 3 to 5 changes. Some received like 1 or 2, like Tomb Racer and Lunar Lancer, but most classes received from 3 to 5 or even more changes. Like, let me just read all of the things that it received. Like you actually give you an idea. The Knight in the Shadowy Spotlight received movement speed increase when attacking, which let me just unequip, just so I can just explain it a little bit better in game, so you actually have an idea what I'm going. So a movement speed increase when attacking. So this holding down this basic attack, it used to be 40%. I now believe it's 30. The basic attack damage increased from 2.5 times damage to 4.55, which is what we have right now. The retribution you know, the passive ability that if you take damage, it will restore energy so that you can do more damage with the next attack. So the thing that so this glowing effect, this got added in Shadowy Spotlight. The damage reduction for the passive ability has been increased to 10% from 5%. The smash is 8.5 instead of 6. It used to be 8 times damage. I don't know why in the patch now it says 6, but it was 8. Smash taunt got increased. The taunt duration for smash was 3 seconds. It got increased to 4.5. The charge damage, so the regular dash, it was 4.5, now 6.5 on the initial hit. The charge taunt got increased at 1 second timer from 1 second to 2 seconds. Spirit Square doing 8.5 instead of 8. Iron Will lasting for 12 seconds instead of 10. And the Iron Will and damage reduction increased for 25 to from 10%. Which I would assume is the 7 nearby Trovians. It's never been like. It used to be 75%, then it got reduced to 50% on Adventures Update. And that was all the changes that we received 2022. And now, in 2025, we received essentially 6 changes in total across 5 characters. And the most that we receive is the Neon Ninjas being able to shadow flip forward, no longer backwards. Yeah, that. I mean, again, this is a cool addition, but it's like, okay, it's a cool addition, don't get me wrong. Like, this could be fun, and this could just make some people just start complaining of being like, oh yes, you had to play backwards on the Neon Ninja. You don't have to play backwards on the Neon Ninja, my god. You could have always played forward. Like, I don't know why people just kept saying it. But yeah, now you can play forward. So congrats, have that fun. Have that out there. But the fact that you can no longer do a shadow flip backward is going to be kind of rough to get used to. Because it's going shadow flip based on when you're aiming instead of where the character is facing. This, I don't know. I don't know. I like the change, but I do feel it needs more. And the critical the damage increase for the shuriken is still not enough. 20% is not enough. Ability is still so slow, but hey, whatever. More damage on shuriken is always good. It's essentially one of your ability that you are spamming for the most part. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I can't be the only one to feel a little bit disappointed on the class rebalancing currently. It's like, it feels like they're afraid of just making the characters stronger. So they're just buffing it just by a little bit amount. Where in reality, they need more. To me, this character needs way more. And once again, not only those 5 characters, both characters need changes, if not all of them. All 18 classes need at least one change. That's at least the bare minimum that all of the characters should receive at least one change. They can, and I can point out at least one change on all of the characters, but it's like what they're trying to do is just adding such a very, very little amount on the changes. It's like the same thing that we received in the last update. Though I'm so disappointed that even my whole nasally voice just Or like my whole allergies went away. Heck, actually now that I look at right here, in the block party update, the last update, we also received some changes. And even this update that felt disappointing as hell, we received way more changes than we received in this update. An update that, the developer specifically asked a feedback for the characters. I don't know. Like, in the block party update, we received 5 changes for the Cloro, 3 for Gunslinger, 3 for Faith, 4 for Vanguardian, 2 for Pirate Captain, 3 for Revenant, 2 for Dracula, and 1 for Tomb Raider. And now, and I also realized that in the previous update, we received a max health increase on minions. Now we receive again. Now I believe it's like double the health. Or not even double, because I don't know how they actually implemented that. It could be 80% of the new value. I don't know. It just feels... Someone asked the dev when the stuff on the survey will be put into the game. Dude. Yeah. A couple of years. Oh my god. Couple of years. Couple of years. For class rebalancing. This game is a life support. I'm just going to straight up say it. This game is essentially a life support. A lot of people are more interested in the class rebalancing. Like, a lot of people are... I wouldn't be surprised if way too many people participated in the class rebalancing survey. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. That is like the thing that most people participated in. Mr. Shima fanboy robot, I don't know, probably. I'll let you to decide on that one. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, it is. That is insane. Couple of years, that is ridiculous, man. To me, that's class rebalancing should always be on the forefront all the time. Literally, it should be in the forefront of everything. Because the class rebalancing changes the dynamic of all of the classes, and that's how everyone should just go with. So, because class rebalancing changes the classes, so it changes how the players play. This game essentially is in life support. They should just put in top priority things so that they can make players come back, because if they keep adding in stuff that people do not want or did not ask, people are not going to come back, and by the time that you put in like stuff that people wanted, people are gonna be like, I don't care about this game anymore, I'm not gonna play it. I feel that they should have added more. They should have added way more. God damn. This is insane. Like, don't get me wrong. So, like, the other additions, like the Pathfinder is a good addition. I'm not gonna deny it. I'm not gonna sit here and just say that the whole update is trash. Because the Pathfinder is a good addition. I'll be the first one to just say it right here. The Pathfinder is always a good addition, more information for the player. It just needs better clarification in many cases. However, for like the class rebalancing, which is like the thing that I was just most excited about, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was just more excited about the class rebalancing because of the survey. I was like, oh, they asked for a survey. They mentioned that the test survey is going to come out very soon, like on the community letter. This tells me that it is going to be a class rebalancing update, so focusing on class rebalancing. And then when I saw it, like the test server, I was like, okay, let me check balancing. Oh, and then I just saw like 5 changes. I'm like, bro, okay, sure, whatever you say. I don't know. And Granny, I don't know where the hell is Granny. I don't know if it is still here. Because I know they've not removed, but they changed Granny's location. It's no longer here. I would assume it's like Granny and Cranny is going to be like right down here. Which would be like a very awkward position to be in. I don't know. The health increase for the Tomb Raider doesn't even do anything. Yeah, that's what I noticed. The healing is the same, so it takes longer just to heal them. And besides, like, when they're possessed, they take percentage damage. They don't take, like, actual hit points. They take a percentage of their health. So they die in the same amount of hits. It's just that it takes longer for them to get deleted if you don't heal them. That's essentially the only change. No Dino Tamer change? No. Just 5 classes. Neon Ninja, Vanguard, and Tomb Raider, Revenant, and... I forgot the other class because it's pointless. What is the other class? Faye. And all of the changes are relatively, like, small. Minute should be in timer and invisible, just like Boomerang. Yeah, that's essentially like the suggestion that I made on my... on the video that I make on the feedback. Tomb Raider was one of the classes that I chose. And I specifically say... either increase the timer from 30 to 60 seconds, you know, by default. Without the healing, obviously. And make them take no damage. I don't know why they take no damage. I don't know why they take damage. They should take no damage. Tomb Raider is supposed to be the minion class. I don't know why the hell Boomeranger, a class that is supposed to be like, essentially the adventurer that has like a bunch of nonsense for all over the place, it's a better summoning class than the summon class. That the minion class, by the way. That to me is like, what the hell? It's rough. Again, I will probably just say this is the test servers, subject to change. Usually, in the first couple of days, they usually just bring so like big changes, especially like the first 2-3 days. They usually just bring big changes. Well, considering that this is the weekend, we might not see changes until Monday. Yeah, no changes to the night. Nope. No changes to the night. And no changes to both classes. No changes to Chloromancer. Like, god damn, that poor class. Poor Chloromancer mains. Which is like no one, but poor people that like the Chloro. That class is just basic. That class is like the worst class in the game, and it's just... It just has it rough. It's like so bad at dungeon, and it's not even the best at DPS. A single target DPS. And it's not the best at like it is one of the worst at clearing multiple enemies. It's like one of the worst at clearing multiple enemy, the worst at dungeon, and not even the best at single target DPS. Is like, what the hell? Night was mentioned to take longer to change. Probably actually ability changes. That's interesting. A full class reward for Paracat in the survey. Shit. This is what they should be doing. If they feel like they don't want to go ahead and just be making like really, really big changes to anything, like really big changes to like some of the abilities or how they work, similar to like what they did with the Neon Ninja, they don't want to do the same thing. At least give us numerical changes. I don't think just changing numbers on the characters is going to take that long. So at least numbers changes would go much better, would go way better than just leaving the character and just wait for the big update so they can just do all of the changes. No, just give us some changes to the numbers, and then if you want to do ability changes, that's when you can just add in ability changes later down the line. I mean, that's just going to create a much more consistent hype, because it's going to make the classes just way better at the moment, and then when it gets changes, whatever. So big, they can just start focusing on just changing the abilities and then rebalancing the class. Like I just don't know why they just don't add in like a bunch of like numerical changes, buffs, nerfs, or whatever. Not even nerfs. I do feel like most classes need a buff, but yeah. I get that the update was gonna rather focus on current. Yeah, I would probably say that's why they shouldn't drop this live. At least, yeah. I mean, the update is really small. It's not going to make any difference if they just drop it live or not. But I do feel this update focus on the dupes, focus on the fixes, and focus on all of those problems. And they just focus on, and they just do this update in due time. Like, no one is going to be like, oh my god, new update. Like, I want my Pathfinder to be on the regular live server. No one's going to care about that. I do feel most people are just more excited about the class rebalancing. So I feel like they need, again, numerical changes. Don't make any big notable changes. It's going to be better. Also, I hate the dupe so much. You have no idea. But this to me is like the only cool change. The fact that the only thing is that, all right, I'm going to say this, like this. I don't know why. I don't know why the Shadowflare is not directional based. You already have the dodge, which is directional based. Like based on the where the character is facing. Why not make the shadow flip do the exact same thing? Why do you have to flip in one area? Specifically. Oh, there is Granny. So there's Granny. First, this is Granny. Granny's knitting kit. You cannot even buy it because it's the test server, obviously. Test server, you cannot even test anything out. Awesome. Yeah, one step forward, one step back. I always describe the developers, like the update making process is like 2 steps forward, 7 steps back, a backflip, 3 moonwalks, and 4 hopscotch, or something ridiculous like that. They take 2 steps forward, and then they just hopscotch, moonwalk, backflip, and then just take like 7 steps back, and then shimmy. All of that. They do all of that backwards. That's what it feels like every single update. Like, god damn. But I feel this is just an unlocker. This is good. This is a good addition. Just for the people that still miss the cranny stuff. You just have this that unlocks like, which is essentially an unlocker. It's a good thing. There's Granny right here. Bad blood was just a band-aid fix a fundamental issue. Yeah, life seal just yeah. Or death-defying, to be more precise, DDV. Life seal and DDV. Yep. This is just essentially the addition. A little bit, I don't know. Battle block it's a good addition, but it's like, to me, okay. This just invalidates all survivabilities in the game. Like, oh boy, I have lifesteal on Revenant, lifesteal on Vampire Vanquisher, lifesteal in general, which were already really strong. Damage reduction. But it's like, oh, well, we have this. At least it showed that they know what's going on in the game and the issue that players having fun. Yeah, but the thing is, it's like, instead of just adding the whole battle block or anything, like the problem with clamps, it was that it didn't give you any time to react. It essentially just made you attack, and then instant counter, boom, did GG, you were dead. Like instant damage reflect, and you will get a DR death. That was the problem with clamp. But yeah, the thing with battle block, it just made everything just, the survivabilities are just relatively useless now. Survivability abilities, because this exists and it is super easy to get. Clamp should be like at least a maximum of half your health. like 50%. You know, you're limited to taking like half health or even a quarter of your health, so you have time to react. Or it's just a one tick and it takes like half your health or something like that. I don't know. The Vanguard gets something cool? No. No classes get anything remotely insane, except the Neon Ninja is the only class that receive from Shadow Flip. Ooh. The Vanguard and all that it receive is the cooldown on the ultimate ability reduced by 5 seconds. Yeah, for the most part, like the one from Geotop side weren't that big of an issue. Like the only problem that were an issue was when they added the delves. When they added delves, especially when they added the Bumfest clams, which those made you like get deleted immediately, and people were just complaining about those. And the one from the Corners of Cthulhu realm, which is the same from Geotop side. Essentially, that is when it started to become an issue with the clams. They mainly where the Corners of Cthulhu realm was the portal where you could find them with like a bunch of HP. But ever since like difficulty, ever since they added Long Shade, they also added the depths. So essentially, they had all clans for Long Shade, and they added the clans for the Delves depth biome. And that's when people started noticing, oh wait, this is a big problem. This ability just sucks. Yeah, it's stupid enemy. Yeah, it is. Again, the problem with Trove is like they try to balance this game like it is your standard MMO where you have your healers, your tanks, you have the characters that can take aggro, and when in reality this I'm just gonna be 100% real. This game is close your eyes and just press forward. This is like one of the most, I wouldn't call it brain dead because it sounds kind of wrong. It's one of those games where you essentially just turn off your brain. You don't have to think about any mechanics. You don't have to think about anything, rolls or whatever. It's like one of those things that you just go press buttons. I win games. I heard you heard, and that's literally that's Trove. Congrats. Yeah, if they're if there was only an emblem that could just give you the whole survivability. If only there was like an insanely easy to get lifesteal that you can get it on your first day. I don't know. I was just starting another job. I gotta be playing a few days in 11,000 power right now. I just saw the recent video share to 30,000 power in a week. I just got a few days. No problem, dude. Glad that I was able to help out on that. I should be able to sit right back down and make that whole video. I should be able to just do that. Obviously, I've been holding down that video so much because every single time that I just think about it, it's like, oh, if I just sit down and make that video, it's like it's so outdated because it was made like last year. But to me, it's like, it's this story. I just want to share the story rather than just be like a tutorial type of video. So I need to think about it more like that. Think about it more like a story time rather than just, oh, this is a tutorial video. I started remember that. Yeah, the star shard is really important to actually just go for at the beginning. But yeah, in this game, there is no roles, there is no set roles, and they try to balance everything just based on those roles. Excuse me, by the way, I still have an insane amount of allergies today. Sorry about that. I went muted for a little bit, had to sneeze for a little bit, and then a goddamn cockroach appeared out of nowhere. My apologies on that one. It has been defeated. Cockroach has been defeated. I was just sneezing and I just saw that little shite just running around right in front of me. And it was super elusive. Because it kept going into every single corner and I was just like, gotta delete. I don't know where the hell did that appear. But yeah, whatever. It has been defeated. GG. All right. Okay. You enjoy the thread. There is some class rebalancing, but it's not that much. Unfortunately, the class rebalancing is extremely disappointing because we only got 5 changes, and the only notable noteworthy change is from Shadow Flip. It's the only thing that we got essentially, and none of the other classes got any notable changes. In the changes that they receive, it's just very minute that you're not going to notice it. And the fact that you can shadow flip forward only, you cannot go backwards anymore, it's like so confusing. It makes no sense. Oh yeah, and they increased the shuriken damage, but the shuriken damage by 20% is still not that great either. Still a heavily nerf ability, should have the 2.5 times more crit damage still. This character should still be able to one-shot. It's failure bad love for the first LG I got. All of them with magic damage to HP. Yep. Trove do be like that. I just crashed. What? I just crashed out of nowhere. Just remove the crit damage bonus and increase the damage. That too. I mean, at the end of the day, it needs more damage. The Shuriken needs more damage. It's a really slow ability. Like, regardless of what it is, regardless if they just give the crit damage bonus or they just increase the damage multiplication, they should just increase the damage on Shuriken. Like a lot more. But I like the critical damage because it makes the character more endgame, but at the end of the day, getting 100% critical hit nowadays is just like really easy. Back then it was more unique because it made the players, if you want to do high damage, you need to be endgame, you need to beef up that critical hit, but now getting critical hit is super easy. So I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference regardless of what it is. But the 20% damage is still not enough, I will say. Still not enough. I gave feedback suggesting that Shuriken always throw the fully charged one, and charges are used to throw consecutive stars into. That would be interesting. The feedback that I personally gave in the video was only allow the player to throw maxed out Shuriken instead of just being able to throw down 1 or 2 charge. Because 1 or 2 charges are just pointless and useless and they do like barely any damage, and if you don't have a maxed out charger, then you can just transition back into the basic attack. And then once you actually have fully maxed out charges, you throw down the maxed out Shuriken. That was my feedback. That was the feedback that I gave on the video. And of course, the crit damage bonus will essentially increase the damage to what it used to be. I gave like a lot of feedback on the Neon Ninja. Because I did mention this is one of the most disjointed classes in the game, where nothing works with anything on this class. So the thing is the Neon Ninja is like, everything on the Neon Ninja is just having Shuriken and throw down the Shuriken charges. But when you have Stacy's Blade, this ability that removes your whole stealth mode, your ultimate ability that you cannot activate it whenever you have whenever you are in stealth mode, and the fact that if you activate your ult and you do a Shadow Flame, you will cancel out your ultimate ability. Like, everything just does not work with stealth mode, but stealth mode is the most important thing with the Neon Ninja because it gives you the movement and it gives you the Shuriken. That's what makes the Neon Ninja, to me, the Neon Ninja. And yeah. Also gave the range of the basic attachments to the all the way left range. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, the hitbox. Like, I don't have too much problem with the hitbox on the basic attack. It's just the two in between animation. The stab and the upward swing on the hitbox is just kind of rough. The first and last swing on the Neon Ninja is all right. Or is it? I don't remember. Is it the third? It's the two vertical swings. Those are the two that are really bad. The other ones are okay. But by the way, to answer the question on Cranny, they didn't change anything on Cranny itself. They just added Granny, where he just has all of the items that weren't in previous Cranny, and you can just add this, which is just a style unlocker to unlock some of the other. Yeah, it's the second and the third one. The second and the third one. You know, those the vertical and the stab, those two are just like, what the hell? Like, this first swing is okay, and that last swing is okay as well. They're not great, but they're okay. Just those hitboxes are just rough as hell. Yeah, some notable changes on this. This is a good change. Adding this is a good change because not everyone is playing with playing it when Cranny is around. And in case if you miss anything related to Cranny, then yeah. The only problem is that with this, you maybe be able to get like the qubit items, you know, the item that you would get with qubits. And that's it. Oh yeah, and all of these that you see right here are the full sets. So if you had the full set of an item, so for example, if you unlock these 3 items, or let's just say you unlock 2 items, well, it's 4 items per set. So let's just say you unlock 3 items and then you're just missing 1 item to unlock the red stapler for free. And for some reason you miss the 4th item, which means that you cannot unlock the red stapler. What that will allow you to do is just unlock this tile here, and if you have the full set, then you can just go and just get it at any moment. So if you miss one full set, then you can just get it at any moment, which is good. It's a good thing. One credit per item. Yes, that's the Cranny items. It is rough. It's rough. Yeah, how's the new thing for Dragon? Yep, and yeah, what God said, yes, it's essentially the wiki. It just tells you how to unlock the dragons and basically everything. It still needs a better organization, but yeah, that's what it is. And I made a video personally going over every single dragon in the game. I think they should go into a similar format just to make it a little bit more organized. I still can't believe. Are you sure you want to buy the Dragon Weekly deal? Don't buy. And no, yes, it's just don't buy. Don't do it. Don't be an idiot. But yeah, a little bit more organization. I think it's a good idea. More information is always good. Also allow the player to craft the Pathfinder. I don't think we can craft it, but that would be good if they will allow the player to craft this, so that players can just have it in Club Worlds. and just have an area for tutorials for Club World. Oh, how to unlock this? Go into the Club World and just read everything. Yeah, you can also filter all of the ones that you had. You can just go high collected and just unlock them. But it needs better organization, because it doesn't have a category like I did mention. It should have the category similar to what we have here in the collection, where all of them are just separated in each of the category. Because right now it's like, oh, where this one follows into. The dragon, the fleshling, and the neon, and it's like it doesn't have better organization. It doesn't tell you, like right here, it should tell you if it is a legendary, an ancestral, whatever, this type of dragon category. It should also just tell you where to get the dragon egg or the dragon egg fragments in a separate category. If, for example, like Endurian right here, it should tell you, oh, unlock the fragments for the dragon by opening shadow chests or shadow cache. For this one, by unlocking major nodes, and just gives like a picture of a major node in the star chart. Stuff like that. That would be my feedback. But yeah, just have something like this, like a screenshot. Just a little bit more organization. I mean, that would be better. It doesn't tell you where to get the new. Like this one doesn't tell you where to get the legendary dragon, but even the ancestral dragon, like Durian for example, it doesn't tell you. Hoshisora, it doesn't tell you. Honey Breeze, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you where to get them. And these are ancestral dragon. I know they haven't added the legendary dragon. I believe that's what they mentioned in the patch notes. Yeah, currently only fleshling, adult, and ancestral dragon have a complete data. Fleshling, adult, and ancestral. And this is a legendary, which will make sense. But right about here, this is ancestral. This is ancestral. This one is ancestral, for example. But it doesn't tell you, like it doesn't have that information behind it. So, yeah. And it says that they have a, in quotation, complete data. Let me just show you something real quick. This is a video that I made a while back. So let me hopefully again, let me just go into the same example. This dragon right here. Once again, Endurian, which is one of the ancestral dragon. Let me just pull in this. So you actually have an idea of what I personally did like a while back. Review, put this. This is the video that I made. Just get rid of you. But yeah, this is the same dragon. This is what I did on the video. This is Endurian. this is where you get the fragment, there's the crafting recipe, and then it tells you the stats. Simple. You don't need more information. I mean, you could add in more information behind it, but that's what I did on the video, personally. So I mean, stuff like that, but with screenshot would just be better, just a little bit more organized than the video that I made. Why not run away to get more dragon coins? I don't know. Like, I like the information, but yes, the dragon coin is still a problem. They probably don't do it because of all of the duping that's been going on, so they assume everyone duped their way to actually just get everything. So I don't know. Excuse me. Jesus. Hate allergies so much. Very disgusting, man. My apologies. I did not ask to be sick. But again, this is not the only one that they're just trying to do. They're planning to do some of the other Pathfinder for other stuff, but of course, they just need to make it more, a little bit better. I like the high collected. I like that they have the dragon in terms of how it looks, and I like the idea, and I like even the fact that it tells you how many you have collected, which this should tell you how ridiculous the amount of dragons that are in the game, all of them costing hundreds upon hundreds of dragon coins. I like the idea. This is a good idea. That's just rough. That's just rough. I hate dupes so much. You have no idea. I hate dupes. You have no idea. Yeah, dragon coins are a big problem. Like, it's one of the reasons why people duped in the first place. Like, oh wait, I had to spend 300 dragon coins, 300 dragon coins, 300 dragon coins, 300 dragon coins, and those are not easy to obtain. They're not easy to obtain, and I don't know what else to tell you. It's just rough. Let me check the Discord. Okay. It's a qubit option for knitting kits. Yeah, this is what. So I just checked the one Atronics actually just said for add a qubit for like a qubit for these items, because only costing 1,000 is kind of rough. It's a lot. And I would get it, like I get it there. If they just add a qubit count for those items, that would just not be good. that would not be good in quotation. I mean, because some of the items are credit exclusive. Like, I'm not against the fact that just make it a way so you can actually just get it through qubits, even if it was an exclusive credit item, because at the end of the day you get a random item. But I don't know. People do all the time. Yeah, a lot of time getting started dragon coins, power gem boxes, diamond dragonites. Well, technically with power gem boxes. Yeah, Ninja Flip before. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a good change, I will say. It's a good change because it will make people just be like, oh, yes, you have to play the Neon Ninja backwards, which... No, you didn't. You didn't have to play the Neon Ninja backwards. You could easily just run forward without it. Ay. I saw that so often. Whenever I just talked about the Neon Ninja, everyone just say, oh yes, but you have to play the Neon Ninja backwards. I don't like playing backwards with the Neon Ninja. It's like, no, you can't play the Neon Ninja forward. You don't have to look the opposite direction and just keep spamming Shadow Flip. You didn't have to do that. Not anymore, I would say. Because the thing is with the Neon Ninja going backwards, is that you're not getting any movement speed buff because you're not hitting enemies, you're not killing enemies. You needed to kill enemies. If you wanted to go fast, you needed to kill enemies. So you didn't even need to go backwards for that. But I mean, I guess it's now no one has to just be like, oh yes, you just had to play backwards, which is not the case. I've showcased that many times. You don't have to play backwards. You could easily just play forward with the old Shadow Flip. To me, Shadow Flip should have been more... I'm losing my voice because, sick. So yeah. Ignore me just dying as we speak. But to me, Shadow Flip should have been more directional. No, it was not. It was faster years ago, yes, but with the amount of movement speed buff that we have, no, not anymore. Being the fastest way to beat on the Neon Ninja, I mean, going backwards, of course, but going backwards without killing any enemies, it wasn't fast. It was relatively fast, but since Shadow Flip, the distance on the Shadow Flip depends on how much movement speed you already have, especially if you jump. Right? So the more movement speed you have, the more distance that you actually just end up covering if you jump. Because it just kept all of that forward momentum. So back then, way back, I'm talking like 5-6 years ago, since the Neon Ninja didn't have a lot of movement speed buff and the base movement speed wasn't high, going backwards was just way faster because going forward it didn't give you like that much benefit. But considering that now that we have so many movement speed buff and our base movement speed is really high, Neon Ninja going forward and killing random enemies it was faster than just going like this without killing any enemies. But hey, regardless of what it is, there's a fun change. There's a good change. And people don't have to complain about just Neon Ninja being able to play backwards. The only problem is that if you wanted to go backwards, it can be quite rough. You know, it kills your movement speed completely. It would be good if you could just do it in any direction. The direction that the character is facing, similar to a dodge, where the dodge is just based on the direction the character is facing. This one is just based on where you're aiming. So if you're going like this, see, like based on where you're aiming, regardless of where you're looking. I don't know. Should have been like more based on the direction that you're holding. If you're holding backwards, then you go backward. If you're holding to the right or left, then you will be going right or left, forward, and the default should be forward. Regardless of what it is, it's going to be fun, but it's not going to make the Neon Ninja still insanely good for endgame. Going to be pretty decent for newer players though. Going to be pretty decent for like newer players for sure. Or for lower portals as well. Like I can see this being like pretty crazy for delving. Imagine just having activating Pathfinder and then just going jumping around like a maniac. That would be funny. Did they change that? No, it still flips backwards. Yeah. Jump backward because they try enemy and change to it. Yeah, they. It's kind of crazy, especially since they haven't updated the description. Flip backwards. The ninja flips backwards. Huh. I need to go back to school then. Because I don't know. I didn't know that this was being backwards. I didn't know this was flipping backwards. Oh, none of the what? Yeah, pretty much. One of the most bizarre and weird additions into this game. That is true. That is crazy. But I wish they take their class rebalancing a little bit more seriously. I think this just felt so empty. Like, I get it, they're just trying their best to fix all the problems going on PC. But this feels empty. It feels way too empty. At least the class rebalancing feels empty. This one feels rushed, but it is okay. They can just fix it in due time. Granny, just had an option to get a way to get the qubit item that you missed. Maybe either just having the Granny's kit for qubits or just have like a separate section for the qubit items. So you can just get them whenever you want. And the class rebalancing just needs more. It's a very unique animation. I feel that they just kind of change. They just pick the Neon Ninja's regular jump animation and just slightly changed it. Because this reminds me of, which dodge is it? Is it you? Yeah, it reminds me of this dodge, like the Bard's dodge. That's just what it reminds me of whenever I just see it. The current Shadowflay animation. Combination of both this jump and the dodge from Bard, but faster. Kinda looks a little bit awkward, but hey, whatever. Not going to be out here just telling what is supposed to be good and what not. At least the functionality is good. Is good. I like the functionality. I like the fact that you can just shadow flip forward, but not backwards anymore. I don't think it's going to make any big notable changes to Neon Ninja. People might just use the Neon Ninja for a little bit and go like, oh my god, Neon Ninja is going to be so insane, but in reality it's not going to be that insane. It's still going to have low damage in general. So people are going to use the Neon Ninja. If they just keep the changes like this, people are going to use the Neon Ninja for like 3 days and then just stop playing and going back to Boomeranger. I'm telling you right now. That's going to be how it is. A lot of people might switch into Neon Ninja for a little bit. Be like, oh my god, I'm running so fast. Ah. And then realize that their damage is so ass. And immediately just change back into Boomeranger and be like, I don't like the Neon Ninja anymore. I don't like the Neon Ninja no more. I like the Boomeranger. But it can be fun. It's just essentially spamming dodge. Wait, can you cancel? Ooh. You could probably just do shadow flip into jump dodge. Yeah, you can still do that now. It is going to be like much better if you do it. The alternating, now you can alternate between just a shadow flip into a jump dodge, into jump shadow flip, into jump dodge, into jump shadow flip, into jump dodge, and just keep doing that. I mean, you could do that right now, but now it's going to feel much more comfortable, especially for those who like to jump a lot. Or just do a jump shadow flip into a dodge, or jump shadow flip into jump dodge while in the air. That should pretty much just cover most dungeons. Or if you can just pull off a quick one like this. Like, I do feel this is going to be like much better in covering ground. Like doing a shadow flip into a jump dodge, jump shadow flip into a jump dodge. I'm using mouse and keyboard, by the way, so my movement is not going to be really good. But I can see it just being like this. Jump shadow flip into a jump dodge. No dodge on the ground like while falling. It's just another jump that they can double jump. Yeah. With what is it? With like the lunar infused grapple into a dodge into boat hopping, yeah. With slow fall. Yep. A lot of people don't do boat hopping like on console because it is really rough to do boat hopping. Because the way to actually just go into your boat, you have to hold down the mount button, scroll into the boat, and then just keep doing the boat, which is like extremely awkward to do. Like, I don't know what it is. Something is it V? No, it's not V. Z. No, Z is mount. What the hell is the button? G. H. No, it's not H. I don't remember which button it is. What is the boat button? B. It's not B. What is the boat button? I don't even remember. It is G, right? Yeah, I just don't have a boat equipped. Hook a volatile vendor into space. Yep. Yeah. On PC, you can just do goofy nonsense like that, but on console, you can't. Like on controller, you had to hold down, scroll into selecting the ship, and you can't do that unless you are really fast in doing it. Like, it's super awkward to do. Movement rework, sort of, yeah. It's just Shadow Flame now forward. So the same thing because before you could do, like, you could do this, like doing this, like you can do that right now. Jump Shadow Flame into a jump dodge, you can do that right now. The thing is that you had to hold, like, put the camera backwards quick to do a Shadow Flame, and then move the camera again to do a dodge. So do one quick, like moving the camera like this, and then jump dodge. That's how you do. Yeah, on controller. Hold on. Let me just show you what. Let me show you how it looks on controller. Okay, hold on. They just flip it, yeah. They made the shadow flip forward now. Alright. Go to my controller. Go into the settings. Controller. Yeah, you see? So you essentially had to hold down and then just flick the controller like a little bit towards left, either left or top left, to go into your boat. Because otherwise, it's the same button that you would go in just going into your mount. So you would go mount, go out of your mount, then boat, and then just immediately flick and then just change into the boat. Now you had to do that all real quick. My controller is not working now. Awesome. Let me see how it would work now. So now let's see. Okay, jump. Yeah, it's that's how we. That's how the Neon Ninja channel flip nonsense should work now. Use a PS5. I don't know, man. I use Xbox controller. Xbox controller works just fine. Let me hold on. Oh yeah, I just have my this menu, so I can now I go into my whole. Oh, I already had like a lot of movements with. And now let's see. I don't have any ring, but I don't need the ring. Let me equip Bard stuff for no reason. I had Bam Vanquisher. I don't have Bam Vanquisher. Let me see. I have Pirates. That's Berserk Valor. That is not Bam Vanquisher. You can equip your Berserk Valor. Cubic Curtain. This is Imperial Barrier. This is my Bam Vanquisher. Wait, I don't even have. Oh, I don't even have Classy on Neon Ninja. It doesn't really matter. No animated jug. I do not have Star Ruble. I believe I don't have it. Let's see. No, I only have Scorpius. Can I unlock it? I think I can unlock it. I can unlock it. I just need to just keep buying these over and over and over again. I need to buy 36 of these. Just so I can get the ruble. So let me do that real quick. Hey, I need to commit. I need to commit 100%. Give me this store buy for no reason. More. No, it's not a more. It's on. It should be a new. No, run it. No, new. What the hell are you? What the hell is the constellation case? Is it a more? Yeah, it is a more. Can I buy it on? Okay. Let's get buying this. Good news for Xbox player though, there's some data about a new Xbox console that is quite literally a PC with a console-like interface. That's interesting. I never heard about that. That sounds interesting. If that's the case, that sounds fun. Me unlock Star Ruble. How much do I have? 33. I need 3 more for the unlock and 2 more for resets. You know what? Screw it, man. Give me. I just reset. Oh, my Celestial Sphere. Unlock Star Ruble. Get all of these. Increase my movement speed. Just give the most amount of light. I could get, I could actually go with more movement speed if I wanted to go all the way down here with a plus 10. Actually, not even. Yeah, I could technically go into plus 10. Whatever, just keep this one for now. Monster removal, just equip it. Now I have more movement speed. When you reset your start, but you get all of your celestial spheres back. Yes. You get like all of the celestial spheres that you unlock. And of course the constellation keys that you used, you already unlock the major nodes. So if you unlock these nodes at least once, like this big one, you don't need to unlock them again. So even if you do reset, these are still unlocked. But yeah, it resets everything, but it gives you all of your celestial sphere, and the constellation keys or the major nodes are already unlocked. What is my base? 135. So yeah, that's... Yeah, you can actually already notice the difference. Yeah, you can already notice the difference. Oh, I don't have any energy. I had to put in some ER. And let me put in some Celis just for the sake of testing. Do I have Celis? I don't think I have. Wait, really? I don't have Celis emblem? I mean, I can buy that right now. I'm gonna go into the water world. Whatever, it doesn't matter which difficulty. It's spammable. It's the same as the old Shadow Flip. If you're talking about the Shadow Flip, it's the same as the old Shadow Flip. It's the exact same ability. The only thing is that instead of just giving backwards momentum, it gives you forward momentum. It's the same ability, but now backwards. Well, forward instead of backwards. So still no cooldown. Oh, I don't have Founder equipped. This is also another thing that I noticed. Yeah, right now I just thought about that. Is like it's going to be really good with a volatile bounder, because before volatile bounder, whenever you did volatile bounder, you didn't get forward momentum. Now you get forward momentum when you use bounder, which is good for that. Not you. Did I bought two of them like an idiot? I bought two of them like an idiot, and I bought the wrong emblem like an idiot. God damn it. It's this emblem. Yeah, I can see it being more. Yeah, I can definitely just see it being more like much like I just mentioned. It's going to be pretty good for like newer players and lower portals. It's not going to be good for the end game. people who are just not used to using the Neon Ninja. And moving forward, they were just used to playing like Neon Ninja like this. But yeah, with Volatile Bounder, it's definitely a noticeable increase and much better because you get all the forward momentum like this, which is good. Gives you like way too much forward momentum. See? And then you don't have to move it. Like, it makes the character just much simpler to play, which is definitely a good thing. Like, again. And this is the only good thing about this. Oh, and that is the problem. That's where there's going to be a problem. Sometimes I used to go ahead and just use Shadow Flip based on a specific direction. If I just land on a dungeon like this, I used to do Shadow Flip like this, so I could just get into a dungeon much quicker. Similar to this one. That's going to be like pretty annoying to deal with. That's why like it should have been better if you could just go with any direction. It looks so funny. It looks kind of funny. Like, it looks kind of funny being able to just flip like this, like a crazy maniac person. I don't think like overly spamming it is a good thing. Like, I'm not spamming it right now. I know people are going to be like, if they see it, they're going to be like, trying to spam it as fast as possible. I feel it's going to be better if you can just control it a little bit. Excuse the terrible Neon Ninja gameplay, by the way. I don't often use this class. Well, not anymore. I used to use it quite a bit. Because it was... At one point it was like the fastest class, so I would just use it for events and such, instead of right now Shadowhunter. I'm not used to Neon Ninja a whole lot. But yeah, you definitely see it's going to make the character just feel much better. And like, again, this is not something that you cannot do right now. You can still do this right now with current version Neon Ninja. Like, outside of like the Volatile Bounder nonsense. but regardless of what it is, it's still going to. It's going to make the character just feel much better to play like this. But outside of that, not out of the ordinary of something that you can do. Like I could show you, if I go into Xbox, I can just show you like current live version Neon Ninja. But I don't think it's necessary. Having no class gym is so pathetic. This whole shuriken with no class gym is so ass. See what I mean? Like small changes like this is going to make so big of an increase for a lot of characters. Like we don't need like insane reworks to make a character just feel much better. Like I don't know why they're taking so long to do class rebalancing. Small changes is going to be. It's going to make the character just feel much better. I can point out many characters that have received small changes but changed their character drastically. Look at Dino Tamer. That's the perfect example. Dino Tamer received one of the smallest changes on paper but changed the whole course of the character and how he plays, which is like the thing with the ultimate ability, where before the ultimate ability you would be set at 90 movement speed all the time. Now it is a proper movement speed buff of plus 40, and that literally was a change that got in Crystal Combat, the update that they added your top side, and that changed the Dino Tamer completely. That one small change alone. Had to sneeze, sorry about that. Goddamn allergies, I hate it with a bloody passion. But I like the changes. I definitely do like the changes. Now that I see it more in action, it feels natural. It doesn't feel too clunky, but it feels natural. I don't like the fact that you can still go backwards. Like for example, if you wanted to get into a dungeon, but that's just mostly for freaks like myself that that do like so many weird nonsense with characters when it comes to movement. And it's pretty fun. But it makes the character just feel a little bit better, for sure. Like if you haven't tried out yourself on the test server, just give it a go at least. Might not even need to use the dodge anyways. You cover so much distance already without it, but dodge still does help out. You used to be able to mainly do the dodge just to cancel out the backwards momentum. So, for example, if you did a shadow flip into a dodge like this, you know, to cancel out that whole movement speed penalty. Or whatever. Don't care about the dungeon chest. But definitely I noticed jump shadow flip is still here. In case you don't know, if you shadow flip like on the ground, you have a good amount of movement speed, don't get me wrong. But if you jump and you move way faster, I don't know what the hell is going on with this game and jumping, but jumping is so broken. So OP. Like this also does apply whenever you're doing backward shadow flipping. Like, let's see. Let's see. Right? Let's see if it makes like a whole lot of difference. Can you stop? I'm gonna have to wait for movement speed buff to go away. Okay. So you still slide out like this. Seems to be roughly. I see. Yeah, you see I jump. See how much distance it covered? Like, without jump, it's like right over here. With jump, it's already over here. And I don't think I even pressed the jump correctly. And you see, it's already a difference right there. And it becomes even more the more movement speed you have. So this is with trail. Just pressing one. And that's just holding forward a little bit. And just tapping forward like this. Tap forward. Just tapping forward. Tapping forward. Oh my god, I got bumped. Hello. Yeah, tap forward. Like, you still gain benefit from just for jump dodging. 5 blocks. That is like without any buttons, right? Yeah. That's without pressing any buttons. Without holding forward. It's always 5. That's the distance. Yeah, so 5 blocks. So it's this distance. This is 5 blocks. But just like dodging, which dodging also 5 blocks. Oh my god, this is so annoying. It's just how Trove's movements actually just work. Right? 5 blocks. Like dodging is the same thing. If you hold forward dodging, you get an end lag, but if you jump, you get more movement speed or more distance. Same as jumping. I don't know what's like exactly what's going on. Like I have an idea. Is mainly because how Trove handles in-air movement is why you get more distance if you do like jump dodge or jump shadow flip or jump whatever. Like I believe I mentioned this in my Volatile Bounder video. It's like when you're on the ground, you have a set movement speed. So you can easily just tell by going into a mount right here that your movement speed just gets essentially set to the mount movement speed immediately. But if you go in midair on the mount or any stuff that changes your movement speed, while you're in the air, it starts reducing it gradually. So instead of just being like immediate, it just starts just decreasing it gradually until it has the set movement speed. So when you combine it with a dodge like this one, where it has like a stop at the end of the animation, it cancels out that whole animation because you're in midair. Because the game, when you're on the ground, it essentially just sets your movement speed pretty much to almost 0 movement speed at the end of the dodge animation. But if you're in the air, it starts to reduce it gradually rather than just immediately, and you essentially get no movement speed penalty, or if you do, it's like very small. Oh yeah, the diagonal, the cardinal thing that you had to essentially just keep going like this. Like if you go northwest, northeast, and just keep going like this. It works better on like a PC, like mouse and keyboard. But yeah, like if you go like this, you get an increased movement speed. It's kind of awkward to use on controller. You have to essentially be looking at the regular cardinal direction and then just go diagonal. At least for my case. So you get like an increased movement speed. Yep. But yeah, in-air mechanics, like on the air, Trove on the air is broken. It's so disgusting. Like once you learn how to just jump, you will notice that your characters are going to be way faster. Dodges become insane. Abilities like the shadow flip become really strong, like much stronger. Yep. So the only good thing about the test server is, or the only thing that I would say is like 100% positive might be the shadow flip. And that is more like 95% positive because I don't like the fact that it kills your movement speed while going backwards, but that's just a minor nitpick on my end. But outside of that, like the update is just eh. The Pathfinder is alright. The granny, essentially just allowing you to buy style unlocker or an unlocker that unlocks all of the granny items that you missed for credits. And in a class, quote unquote, class rebalancing, and I don't mean a class I mean that very loosely because it's just literally 6 changes across the board. 2 changes for the Neon Ninja and 1 change for the other 4 classes, which were Vanguard and Tomb Racer, Rev, and Faye. And none of the changes were really good outside of like maybe the Shadow Flip being now forward instead of backwards. Just wait. By the way, I'm going to call it right now. Just wait. Wait. Just simply wait. I can just already smell it. If they don't change anything, people are going to call the Neon Ninja the best class in the game. I can smell it on the air. Like, I know this community. I know the fact that they get the smallest amount of change and they freak out and they think, oh my god, the class is good now. Oh my god, trust me. Look what happened with Dracula with the basic attack when people go, oh my god, the Dracula basic attack now is insane. It was like, no, it was not. Maybe with ult, but without ult, it's like, no. I can just smell it, just ooh in the air. I can just see it. People are calling, oh my god, Neon Ninja point, and be like, oh Pog and point. Neon Ninja good class now. Neon Ninja best class in the game. Just because you can do stuff like this and be like, oh, you know, the problem of the Neon Ninja used to be the fact that you used to be able to play backwards. Now you play forward, which makes the Neon Ninja the fastest class in the game, and not even close. And it's going to be like really, it's going to be like really strong. I can just see it. I can just see it happening. Like, I can just see it. I can just see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. Woo. People are going to put the Neon Ninja at the top of the meta class just because you can shadow flip forward. Because you can quote unquote play the character forward even though you could before. And the damage is still ass, but hey. People used to think that Shadow Hunter was good back when it dealt have. Oh yeah, before the rework. Like, I love the Shadow Hunter as much as the next guy. But before the rework, Shadow Hunter was weak. Was really weak. It was fun to play, but it was weak. Or when the Shadow Hunter got its rework, people were saying that without the class gem is better than the class gem. That was not fun to listen to. That was not fun. But I can see it. I can just see it now. As you wait. People are going to notice the Neon Ninja being playing like this, and they're going to immediately just drop in this as the best class in the game. I can see it already. I've been playing this game for almost 9 years for no reason. I know how this community functions. Oh. You can just see it right now. I can just see it. Not going to be the best class in the game. It's going to make it more easier to use. Not much better, just easier. Just more newer player friendly. That's the Neon Ninja. It's going to be, with this, it's just going to be more newer player friendly. And I mean that very loosely, and don't mean that in the fact that it's way stronger. It's just easier to use, or easier to be fast. If wanna look at it that way, it's just easier to be fast. Cause you know what? Hold on. Let me just finish this dungeon. Let me turn on the Xbox. I really just want to show. I just want to show. Hold on. Let me. You know what? Let me quit the game. Settings, controls, controller, keyboard, mouse. Let me put in the Xbox. For people just ask. I put this on screen. It's so out of place, but whatever. Put my controller. There you go. Okay. Okay, let me just put you. All right. Now I'm on Xbox. The Xbox has been just so bad. What the hell did I sold? Sold you. Convenient that I was on the Neon Ninja. So yeah, this is current live server shadow flipping. The thing is like comparable to what it is right now on the test server, where it kills you, it kills your movement speed if you go into the opposite direction like this. This one you can hold forward and it doesn't kill your movement speed like altogether. You can technically just still shadow flip moving forward. Right? Especially if you jump shadow flip into a jump dodge, right? And you can still do this. And if you're really just want the whole movement speed again, just if you're running forward, right? Turn the camera, shadow flip into a jump dodge. I messed that one up completely, but it's just shadow flip, jump dodge. And if we go back into the portal, or whatever, once again, my movement speed on this character, I believe this one has lower base movement speed, or at least have around the same base movement speed, which is like 130 something. I think this one has like 140, right? 144. But yeah, if you just do the standard, like you can just move really quickly. Like regardless of what it is, like Neon Ninja still really quickly, like real quick. The only difference is like the shadow flip on Volatile Bounder. But the fact is, like, character is still fast. Even on live, it doesn't make the difference that big. This is going to be different. It is simply put, it's just going to be easier to do this. Rather than having to do any complicated nonsense, it's just going to be point forward, do shadow flip, and you will be able to move really quickly. So it doesn't change too much. The character is still equally as fast. It's just going to be easier to be this fast. So if you're already used to playing the Neon Ninja like it is right now on live, it's not going to be like that much of an insane difference. So hopefully that should give you an idea. I'm not even using my button panels. I'm using just your standard controller. Well, I'm using my controller that has the pass on the back, but I am playing it like any normal person would, with just the controller. Just avoiding using my the pads on the back of my controller just so I can jump and move my camera like this. just to try to not give myself an unrealistic advantage or something. Just play like just your regular standard player. Because if I would be able to move around much quicker. Like if I use my pads right now, I could go like this. I can actually do backwards shadow flipping. I move my camera like this. Have much better control on my camera. Oh. Yeah. Anyways. That should hopefully give you an idea on the change. Not trying to downplay the change on the Neon Ninja, but like I just mentioned, I don't want. I know for a fact that there's going to be people going like, "Oh my God, Neon Ninja, new best class in the game now." It's like, oh, not really. Yeah. Anyways, I complete this dungeon. I think I got pretty good stream already. I don't think I need to just explain anything else. I think I got most of the things that I just wanted to talk about for today. I will end the stream shortly. Let me complete this daily and then just end the stream because like I just mentioned throughout this whole stream, I am sick. I got allergies like crazy. Got an extremely runny nose. So I don't want to force myself a whole lot either. So I will probably just end up doing the whole daily. Just calling it a day. Halloween is tomorrow as well. Get your candies, get your snackies or whatever. I myself, I just want to... You feel that, yeah, literally, yes, I could. Like, no kidding, I could. And literally, it's not even going to be like a minute long. It's probably going to be like 30 seconds long. That would be funny. What the hell am I doing? I already completed this dungeon. Just running around, jumping around like a maniac. Um, I just don't know. I've also noticed a video that popped up on my feed from a creator that we all know, a Trove creator that we all know. I don't like talking about creators in general, but because everyone just does their own thing. And it was in regards to the Shadowhunter. And I saw that the Shadowhunter was being tailored as being the worst class or one of the worst class in the game. I died a little bit on the inside. I just prayed that was in the discussion. Going to bed. All right, dude. Have a good one. But yeah, that gave me the impression of people were already just they were saying that the Shadowhunter is the worst class in the game, or especially for the end game, which is in an insane sentence. It's not even close. Especially for like the end game content, current end game content, which is long shade plus the depths. Shadowhunter for speed farming is still good. For the depths, is not the best, obviously, but it's far from the worst. And the end game is literally not just the depths, Delph Bions, it's the depths and 5 stars. That's the end game. Or Mystic Gem on some people's cases. The end game is Mystic Gems, Long Shade, Mystic Gem, 5-star grinding, and the depths Delph Biome. It was giving me the implication of the Shadowhunter was tailored to be one of the worst classes in the game. Ooh la la. Okay, I'm done with the dailies. Let's kill this dungeon, then we go back to my club. Yeah, I will just end this stream relatively soon. It's been 3 hours. I just hope that I have like the energy to just sit down and record the whole patch notes. I might just sit down and just go over. I don't know if I should go like over the initial reaction and just make like a really short video because it's a short update. It's a really short update. I might do both, honestly. Just record the first like 40 or so minutes of footage and just put it like a video, and then just make it short. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it depends on how I'm feeling. I don't even think this is worthy of making a whole making a whole video about this. It's just so small. But I'll do. I'll probably do it in due time. But I need. I'll probably just take a shower. I already took some meds. See if like my allergy goes away. But yeah, that's going to be everything for me. Thank you everyone for dropping by to this 3-hour stream. I have made a video going over the 5 classes that I do feel need feedback that I chose on the survey. So if you want to go ahead and check that video out, you can just check that video out. If there's any big notable changes, which more than likely is going to end up having, I will probably just end up doing a whole separate live stream just going over all of the big changes if there's any big changes. But as it stands right now, this is the whole update that is currently going on right now. Thank you everyone for dropping by as always. Happy early happy Halloween to everyone who is just celebrating all of that. Me personally, I don't celebrate it, but hey, regardless of what it is, I hope you have a good Halloween regardless. Thank you everyone for dropping by, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, and keep on hunting.